One of the ways our family incorporates sustainability into our everyday lives is by composting at home. This is our kitchen composter, which stays on the countertop in our kitchen. And you can see lots of food scraps are in there, a lot of food. When it's full, we bring it out here to our handy dandy Home Depot bins and we fill those up. And then we transfer it to a local composting station in our community. Because the average family wastes 1/3 of the food that they buy. And studies show that we're sending about 219 pounds of waste to the landfill each year. This in and of itself is only a couple weeks and it feels about like 15 pounds. Maybe it's not. Food waste releases methane, which is a greenhouse gas that's even more powerful than carbon dioxide. And so we're doing our part.
Here's one small step that in our household we've taken to do our part in this journey that we're all in together. Nearly 6 years ago at this point, we purchased it's a hybrid gas electric vehicle that is the car that my wife used to travel to and from work every day in those days when folks who worked in offices had to be there every day before Zoom, before Microsoft Teams. It's also the car that gets the most use as a family vehicle. So read that as when we go to take the kids to after school events or sports events or spend time with their friends or trips along those lines. It's not the end all be all. It's not solving the problem in its entirety. But our hope is that this one small step, along with all of those other steps that we all take together, are us doing our part to address the climate change challenge together.
Hi there, and happy Earth Day. I wanted to mention one of the most fun and probably the best things that you can do to help the earth is to reduce your burden on the environment by growing your own produce. Now, every year I plant a vegetable garden and I grow things like peppers, tomatoes, herbs, whatever I use in my kitchen. And you can do the same. You don't need a lot of land. You can do it in containers or a deck-top box. Whatever you have will work. It can be really rewarding to watch something grow, and it's a way that you can get the whole family involved. And frankly, it's pretty fun each year to see which plants thrive and which fail. I always come back and try every year, and I'm hoping really my jalapenos will kick in this year and give me a good harvest. So get out there and have fun and see what you can grow. Happy Earth Day.
Hi folks. I support Earth Day because we live on an amazing planet and it needs our help to thrive for the generations to come. We need to protect it from the ravage and ruin largely caused by the excesses of our own human activity. Anything we can do, whether large or small, will add up and make a difference to make our world a healthier and safer place. A bit like Leidos. I try and make a difference in two ways. First, a paperless office, working electronically, saving on notebooks and print. And there are some great apps out there to help you become more productive without costing the earth. It takes a bit of getting used to, and you occasionally have to revert to pen and paper in secure areas, but it has the added advantage of keeping all of your information accessible and in one place. My second change to a way of working is to walk to my meetings in London rather than take a taxi. Most of the time this works, and my next step is to work out how to use the electric Boris bikes for the tougher routes. Well, two small things, and I hope you can also find a way to contribute. The more we do, the better off our planet will be.
So I've been adopting sustainable best practices for quite a while now and very conscious of the environment, and little things make a big difference. I recycle almost all of my household waste now, and it is actually quite easy to do. I'm a member of our local litter picking group and try and pick up as much litter on my dog walks as I can. I also moved into a house that actually had solar panels installed, for hot water, and I'm looking to increase my sustainable energy by installing a wind turbine in the future. I also use a bamboo toothbrush, and it's these small things that can make such a big difference when we all make these changes. So start your sustainable journey today on Earth Day.
Firstly, I thought long and hard about how I'm travelling around to complete my job, thinking about how much air travel, thinking about my use of public transport, and how much time I spend in my car. Specifically, now being focused on getting on the train a lot more than I ever used to. So replacing air travel up to see our clients and team up in Scotland by using the train, and heading around the country on the train, seeing the rest of our team. On a personal front, I'm a keen gardener. I grow my own vegetables, continue to recycle my own compost and my own food waste at home, but also thinking long and hard about the heating and lighting of the house in particular, and what we can do in order to be able to kind of reduce the impact there. Some useful tips about being able to manage time and effort in the house is important, and doing what we can in order to make a little bit of difference on an individual basis is really important.
About a year ago, when it was time for me to retire my old vehicle, had over 150,000 miles on it, I was ready to make the plunge and go electric. I commute about 45 miles each way every day, and so thinking about the impact of that on the environment is something that came to mind, and so I went electric. And luckily, I now have a plug at home, so I charge it at night. There's plugs at the headquarters building, and so I can get all the way to work and back on electricity. And with that, and the solar panels on the roof of my house, I'm doing my little bit. Every little bit helps.